And now I call upon for the keynotes address Mr. Prime Point Srinivasan, who is the managing editor, Presence magazine, and he's come all the way from Chennai. I would just give a brief introduction about him. I'll just give a few things to mention. He has worked in the public sector banks before he retired voluntarily, and thereafter he opened a public relations and communication consultancy, which is the Prime Point Foundation, and wherein he has also been the earliest podcasters at the global level. The Prime Point Foundation's got 5 initiatives founded by him that include the E-Magazine and the Sansad Ratan Awards that were recommended by Dr. Abdul Kalam. You've published 30 eBooks. 106 parliamentarians have been honored in person for their performance with Sansad Ratan Awards, and Presence has published 199 digital-only monthly editions. So I invite Srinivasan ji to the dais to share the keynote address on his book and also artificial intelligence, and we are hoping we'll get some divine code as well. So big round of applause for Srinivasan ji.
Om Shanti. Pranams to Asha Didi and other sisters, and greetings to all my friends. Our Bharatiya tradition is Mata Pita Guru Devam, that is for mother, father, Guru Acharyan, and finally God. So I pay my pranams to my Guru Narendra ji. He has been my Guru all along for my communication and public relations, probably dating back to early 90s or late 80s. Late 80s or early 90s. So he has been my friend, philosopher and guide. So I pay my pranams to Guru in the table of precedence. He comes third after mother, father and Guru, only before God. Okay. Now it is a wonderful opportunity for me and for my team to talk about the AI, and particularly with reference to spiritualism as well as to the other domains. When Sister Saralaji called me a month back that she wanted to have a program here on AI, then I said there is no problem. She wanted an article to be 3-4 months back. I had published a cover story on AI. She wanted that article to be given back for distribution to the participants. I said, but 3-4 months back, it is out of date. Probably it is very, very stale. Now we will do some research and we will try to work out a book itself, an e-book itself. And then we will share it with you. Then if you find it is worth, you can release it for the benefit of all the people. Incidentally, we have our e-magazine Presence was started on the suggestion of Dr. Abdul Kalam. I was very close with Kalamji. 2 initiatives, Presence as well as Sansad Ratan Awards, were his brainchild. March 2006. We have 7 editorial team members, of which 3 of us are here. Even editor Priyadarshini is here. Even our cartoon editor Trembak also is there. Then Priya and myself, we sat and we made some research. And using the AI tools, we made the book, Artificial Intelligence, Challenges and Opportunity. Then I sent it to various experts. Today we don't have any experts on AI because everybody, it is a nascent subject. So everybody has to look at it in a learning process. So everybody, we got it, we consulted, and then we are presenting it. And please go through the book, but it is a nascent because we are still in nascent. How is that Before I enter into the subject, I have a great appreciation for BK. Because this is one thing on the outside world, you find that they are a spiritualistic organization. But inside, the way in which they use the technology is amazing. Even I have had a lot of discussions with the Karunabhai. Even before MP4 came, he started experimenting MP4. Because I also get an inspiration from Karunabhai. When the whole world was experimenting podcast, I also started podcast. Even Ram Setu issue became popular because of my podcast. I am also one of the top 10 persons or 15 persons to make it popular. That was done through podcasts. The technology is amazing. How do we use the technology in all our domains? It is our challenge and it is also an opportunity. The technology, science and technology and the spiritualism cannot be separated. You go to CERN, the physics laboratory organized by all the organizations at the borders of Germany. There you will find Nataraja statue with the remarks that how the universe, how the atom, and connectivity between Vedas and the atomic structure in CERN. Today it is there, Nataraja statue. That is something extraordinarily, because we may not be able to believe a Nataraja statue, what has got to do with the science laboratory, physics laboratory. In the same way, you go to Tanjavur temple, the biggest temple. When you come to Tamil Nadu, because I am from Tamil Nadu, you have every 1 kilometer you will find a temple with 2,000 years old or 3,000 years old. Because many of them have survived the invasion of various people, fortunately. The technology that they have used, still they are surviving the civil engineering marvel. Because science and technology and spiritualism, why they must use the technology in a temple? Ram Setu itself, Valmiki Ramayana has got 80 slokas. How to build bridge on the sea. You can go and verify, you can ask the Pandits. Because science and technology and spiritualism cannot be separated. So, in a way, we said AI is also a part of technology. Probably you might have all realized when Chandrayaan 3 was about to be launched, the entire Chandrayaan 3 team, including the mission director, went to Balaji temple, Tirupati, and they took a model of Chandrayaan 3 and placed before God. And then offered pujas and then they launched it. It came up in all papers, then some people criticized, some people praised. This is a practice prevailing in ISRO for quite a long time. Whenever they are launching any satellite, they go to Tirumala Tirupati temple, place the model on the feet, and then they do a prayers and then they launch it. What has got to do with science and technology or ISRO scientists with the God? Professor Radhakrishnan was the ISRO chairman, some 2 chairmen before. I had an exclusive interview with him for my e-magazine presence on the ISRO's achievements. I asked him, sir, every time, at that time also they had happened, it was criticized in the media. I asked him, sir, there is a news report, but until then I did not know that they used to go to Tirupati. Sir, this is, your actions are being criticized. But anyway, I am not going to include in my story, it is off the record. I want to ask you, what is it? Then he was telling, because this is a age-old practice for a long time, but one thing is, I can or my scientists can have a control as long as it is within the Earth on orbit. We are putting satellite outside also. We don't have in the universe, we don't have a control. There is a superpower. So we also invoke the superpower and then make it as a partner with us in all success. That's what he gave. So, because there were the science and spiritualism, or spiritualism, you can call it in any form. Any form, because each one has got his own way of doing a spiritualism, because Ramakrishna mission has got his own way of practicing spiritualism. Brahmakumaris has got his own way. Isha is having different thing. Each Mathadhipatis or each mutts have got their own thing. But common goal is spiritualism. Maybe the roads may be different. So this is one time I was I had the opportunity to travel with Dr. Abdul Kalam in a private jet. Only 4 people were there. We had 2 hours of journey onward, 2 hours of journey downwards. I asked him, sir, there are so many things. People want a scientific validation for everything. For everything we need a scientific validation. Unless scientists say that it is correct, then I am prepared to believe. Dr. Kalam was telling me, you can't validate everything through science. Maximum 3%, 4% maybe we can validate. So many things are beyond the purview of science itself. Probably we can try to explore, like space. You can't create a 1 drop of water. With all the scientific advancement and technological advancements, you can't create 1 drop of water. Maybe H2O, laboratory, 1 drop of water, if you want to create, how much it may cost. But we have a plenty of water. So the technology comes with good and bad. We must know how to distinguish between the good and bad. The AI, artificial intelligence, suddenly it has come into debate. The technology, a part of technology, everything it does. It can help in education. It can and please go through our eBook also. We have, in brief, we have analyzed everything. In science and technology, it can help in healthcare. The data are plenty of data it gathers. Then it analyzes. It is more a human brain. The human brain has created an artificial brain. So this is a combination of so many things. So we have a lot of advantages of artificial intelligence. As a PR persons, as a media persons, as a political person. Now the politics, now there is going to be an election. Many of the PR people, whatever name you call it, a political consultant or perception management or perception consultant, the fact remains the same. There you have a sentiment analysis. The sentiment is so many people, you can have the AI provides you, okay, in Haryana, the Gurugram area, which political party can have how the social media trends are going. Tools have already come. So the political parties depend on that. The public relation professionals have to depend on that. No, sir, I believe in the old method. Okay, we can believe in that. But still, today advanced methods have come. We can make use of that. One thing I always say is AI, you can't allow the AI to dominate you. You have to go, you should not go with what AI says. It must be your servant. It must be your secretary. Give it command. You go there. You go and pick up that glass here and bring it to me. It will beautifully, it will do that. We have done that. I tell you one incident. 4 months back, I wanted to do a cover story on AI because it was a new thing. I called lot of people. They said that, sir, cover story, I can't give an interview. I am not that much knowledgeable. So I called up lot of technical people and all. Some people escaped. Some people said, sir, you give me time, 4 days or 5 days, I am busy. Then I could not know anything. Then immediately, whatever question I had jotted down, because for me also it is a nascent. Till I am nascent only. I am only a student. I am not a teacher. I am only a student. I just put it in the ChatGPT and asked the question. It has come out. Again, I wanted it to be revised. It revised. Then I sent it to 2 or 3 people. who are in the technology field or who are doing a research in the AI and all, they got amazed. Sir, even if you had asked me to get an interview with me, I would not have given so much of information. That is the power of AI. I published that cover story, interview with the ChatGPT only, because the experts were not prepared to give. But the interview itself was such a fantastic. That is what Sarala Begin was asking me to take a printout. Now I said that might have become stale. That 4 months over. For a technology, even 1 month is a stale. We will prepare. This book itself will become stale in another 1 or 2 months. We can update it later. Then what are the challenges? The challenges are, one perceived challenge is whether the job opportunity will be lost. Job opportunity will never be lost, because we have to be very sure. Every time when the technology is coming, we always have a fear that a section of the people will lose the job. Yes, section of the people may lose the job. When the bullock carts to automobile or scooters came, the bullock cart mechanics and bullock cart people, drivers, they have to upgrade the skill. That is upskilling. That is known as upskilling in the technology term. We need to upskill. So we can't remain in this particular level and then without knowing now today or 20 years back or in 90, probably my Guruji, Mr. Narendraji may be knowing, Sam Petroda was a technology advisor to Prime Minister and he was the chairman of Telecom Commission. At the time I was in a bank, head of the corporate communication at Delhi. I interviewed him for my house magazine. At that time he was talking about the mobile phone, car phone, that was known as car phone at that time. People were criticizing, why you need a car phone? When the landlines are available, landlines you have to wait for so many years and months. That was a different story at that time. But car phone, why you need it? That is meant for rich people. But today, every person has got a mobile. Yesterday I was telling him, if you don't, suppose if I am not carrying a mobile in my pocket, I feel, I don't know, something is missing. Whether I have worn a shirt, whether I have worn a pant, whether I have worn what, something is missing. I was not having that feeling 20 years back. Why? Today technology, we have become obsession with the technology. Without that, we are not able to live. So the technology also, AI also will provide job opportunities. It will give new jobs. 1980s, I was in the bank. 90s, I was in the bank. At that time, the banking industry was thinking in terms of computerization. There were a lot of agitations. Every bank, employees union, no computerization. That will lose, people will stop, there will be a big problem for the job. Then forcefully everything was done, computer. Today we are having digital banking, mobile banking. Have we lost the job? We have not lost the job. Probably the job descriptions have changed. So the job upskilling is required. Job orientation will not come. Job retrenchment will not be there because we may have to update. Number 2, fake informations. Media people and PR people have to be very careful. Sometimes what is garbage in, garbage out. When your data is wrong, your output will be wrong. So what amount of data that it is procuring, it is going to depend on how it is going to catch across the globe. Then sometimes it is also a wrong information. You have to be verified. Fact checking is needed, particularly for media people. Fact checking is needed. I tell you an example, because it is still in the initial stage, the data have not been packed properly. I asked Sansad Ratna, I asked ChatGPT to write an article on Sansad Ratna Awards. It gave beautifully who is the founder, when it was started, everything it gave. But I also added a prompt, that is known as prompt. You have to put a prompt, you have to give a proper guidance. I asked who are all the main awardees. It included Dr. Manmohan Singh also. This is not correct. Because Manmohan Singh got an award, parliamentary award given by the government of India. Parliament House, not in Sansad Ratna awards. Because there are two types of awards are there. It's a civil society award, that's a government award. Probably it got confused. Probably the language or anything. So again we have to do a fact checking. Again deep fake has come. The Trump was forced, there were photographs, the Trump was being arrested. The deep fake. A person today, he can be asked, he can be depicted as if he is sitting in the British throne with the crown. Beautifully it can be created. There are signs. So that fake news, deep fake news, so many things. The creativity, some people are criticizing. Creativity is being lost. Our Trembak Sharma is there. He is a cartoonist. Normally we are also fans of Abdul Kalam. There is one person, Abdul Kalam himself was a fan. That is our Trembak Sharma from Raipur. He has come. His cartoons, Abdul Kalam used to like it. His cartoons, we are publishing cartoon for the past nearly 15 years. Kalam sir launched it. I had a discussion with him. Because the moment when, if you, as a cartoonist, as a human being, you can ask him to sketch this particular thing in a funny manner, or in a jovial or with a humorous manner, he will do it immediately. But whether AI can do that, you can give some inputs. But that human touch, because though it is created, the human relation, it will not be there. It is likely to be lost. Because now in the customer relation, public relation, because the customer, you are having a chat. Now in many of the things, artificial, even Alexa, we are having a chat. And the chat is machine chat. The machine cannot understand your sentiment. When you go to the counter, a human being can understand the counter. Sometimes there are certain problems we may have to face in the initial stage. Ethical issues, another important thing. What is ethical in India? What is ethical in Tamil Nadu may not be the same ethical in Andhra Pradesh or Haryana or Uttar Pradesh. It may change state to state. It may state country to country. Again, AI ethical issues is going to become a big challenge in future. But by and large, AI is, we can't avoid AI. Better be prepared to use the AI for our advantage. With that, I close my talk. Again, another next session also, I am going to plenary session. I will have some another 10 minutes where if you want, I can give some more, take question and answer session. Now, with the permission of Asha Didi, I request the release of eBook. With your permission, may I invite Priyadarshini Ragul and Trembak Sharma on stage, who are part of that eBook also. Thank you very much. Om Shanti. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much for sharing your insights and how you've played with ChatGPT, and we'll also do the same. We all know that the human touch cannot be taken away, but when we add the divine touch, I'm sure you can use the technology in the best fashion. So thank you so much for sharing your views. And now we come to inaugurate that book which you've just created, taking the help of the AI, and it is the theme of the book is Artificial Intelligence, Challenges and Opportunities. And I would request the sisters to bring in the posters, and also I would invite Priyadarshini Rahul to be on the stage, and your colleague, Mr. Sharma, to also be on the stage. So this is the book, eBook, and he's given you pointers on how to create a book for yourself as well. तो ये बुक का कवर पेज है. मैं अनुरोध करूंगी कि सभी जो हमारे वो उसको एक साथ रिलीज करेंगे. And we have Mr. Sharma and Ms. Priyadarshini also on the stage. And so we release this ebook on artificial intelligence.
स्पीकर गेस्ट हैं, उनको बहुत ही प्यार से सम्मान के बाद शुक्रिया दीदी. और अभी मैं बुलाना चाहूँगी बड़े ही सम्मान के साथ भ्राता श्री प्राइम पॉइंट श्रीनिवासन जी को. आप प्राइम पॉइंट के नाम से मशहूर हैं. श्रीनिवासन जी ने प्रीसेंस मैगजीन के एक स्थापना की है. आप उसके प्रबंध संपादक भी हैं. आपने सार्वजनिक क्षेत्र में बैंकों में विभिन्न पदों पर अपनी सेवाएं लगातार दी हुई हैं और पब्लिक रिलेशन और कम्युनिकेशन परामर्श भी आपने दिया हुआ है. आपने 1999 में एक ट्रस्ट प्राइम पॉइंट फाउंडेशन की स्थापना की और उससे जो अथक सेवाएं हुई, आज एक सवेरे के सत्र में बुक भी आपने लॉन्च की है. तो ऐसे बहुमुखी प्रतिभा के धनी और सबसे बड़ी बात है आप बहुत ही स्पिरिचुअल हैं और ब्रह्मा कुमारीज के बेहद ही स्नेही हैं, सहयोगी हैं. तो ऐसे सम्मानित भ्राताश्री को मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी कि आप आएँ और अपने विचार हम सबके बीच रखें. भ्राता जी.
Om Shanti. Morning I spoke at length because Saralaji wanted me to speak at length on the AI. Again I asked her why you are putting me in this. She was telling me if anything is left over I can speak in this session or something important. Only 2 points I just wanted to share. They have given me 10 minutes time. I'll just finish up within 5 minutes. I have only 2-3 points to share which I have not shared in the morning. One is we are running the risk of morning. I was telling we are running so many challenges. One of the challenges is bias or discrimination in the AI, because that cannot come from the user point of view, that algorithms can be manipulated. You may not know, I may not know. Suppose if there are 10,000 candidates for recruitment, suppose a particular section of people should be avoided in recruitment instead of being fair and just based on their your company norms or any of the recruitment norms. Certain people can be eliminated or mark can be reduced. That bias can be there. That even a person can be defamed. Now politically, now we are going to have for elections and other thing. This is a more dangerous thing, that the people who are manipulating, but the user may not know that, the people at the back end, they can manipulate. But still, whether the law can be implemented, whether any law can be brought in at world level or anything, it is still a nascent stage. We don't know what type of risks that we are going to face. These are all only assumptions and presumption. We are still in the nascent stage. We don't know. But anyway, we have to wait and watch how the things are going to shape. And already we have seen Trump, a picture of a Trump being arrested, created through artificial intelligence, defaming him. And how it was created, who created, these are all the different issues. How it can happen, how it may happen, how it will also have an impact at the general elections that is coming up in the country. This we have to wait and see. The political parties should also be very careful. Some of the media people are here. They should also take alert on that. Number two, our brother Sushant was telling or making a reference about copyright. This is a very, very important. For ChatGPT article or Bard article, Google Bard has come very well. In fact, it is also, personally, Google Bard is also better than ChatGPT. And because the Google is a big Rakshasa, internet Rakshasa, he has got all data with him. So he is able to produce. But any of the articles, if you are putting it as developed through Google Bard or ChatGPT, whether it is a copyright, whom we are going to claim, we don't know. But I have experimented, because this is a thing that was worrying me when I was making a study, when we were writing a book. To what extent the Google or the copyright is going to have an impact. They are perfectly in order. There are two major plagiarism softwares in the world level which is credible and reliable. One is Turnitin, Turnitin, Turnitin. You just Google it and see plagiarism come up, plagiarism software you can put it. There are a lot of agencies are there, Indian version of India. Also you can send one document, pay 120 rupees or 90 rupees depending on the number of words or pages, that they will verify and give you the report. Now this has become made compulsory for all the education institutions for research documents, MPhil documents and other things. So this is one thing. Another is Plagiarism Checker X. Plagiarism Checker X. Another very credible leading global software. I have the official legal version, licensed version, lifetime version also I am having it. I developed certain articles through all these AI tools. I checked them. But absolutely it shows zero plagiarism. But what I infer is, there is one, say for an example, that prompted me to write a story on plagiarism. What is plagiarism itself? Plagiarism doesn't mean somebody, probably we are having a wrong impression about plagiarism. Suppose some research product or some research article, instead of my work, if somebody else make use of it in his name or in her name, then it amounts to plagiarism. Taking up something and you are giving a credit, then it doesn't matter. You can give, there are certain limitations for that. So that it does not have, this is a very challenging, I don't know what is the legal implication. Only Priya and she can consult some of the senior advocates. They may also not know at this stage, because it is also new to them. Because this is a very challenging thing, but as on date, it does not reflect any plagiarism. Because it changes, it paraphrases, it picks up. Suppose an article, it picks up, it makes up. Then it makes up paraphrasing. Even I tested now. What Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita communication, what are the things he has told? I got some 4 or 5 slogas. But of course, Sanskrit sloga, it doesn't produce. It says, this particular chapter in the particular surga that attend, it explains, and it has given me the meaning of that. Does it mean a plagiarism? Even I experimented with another thing also. I wrote one small piece of an article about my own Sansad Ratna Award. Sansad Ratna Award was initiated in 2010 or blah, 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 so many people, and it was all these things, so 10 line. It showed plagiarism. It was surprising to me because it picks up the similar words. Probably I have written in my blog or in my some other thing, my own thoughts, the same words I might have used. It shows the highlighting. It is a plagiarism. What is can be? Sansad Ratna Awards was instituted from 2009. How can it be a plagiarism? Maybe somewhere it was used in the blogs or in a site that it immediately identifies and connects here. There are certain areas. Then I checked up with some of the senior professors in the colleges. Sir, how it happens? The research guys. Then he said you should ignore it. It may show. You have to ignore it. As long as you are using a researched article, quoting somebody, that is fine. Again, that is, we need a lot of, education for ourselves while we are using AI generated documents. We need to be more careful. That's what now even I am thinking in terms of plagiarism also. And morning, some people were asking the eBook. And I have already given to the link. I have shared it with Geeta as well as MP Jairam. They can also circulate it to their PRCA group members. Those who are interested, you can send one WhatsApp message 91766 50273 91766 50273. You please introduce yourself, name and what are you, and you just ask for a copy of the ebook. It is a free only. I will also send you the link and copy it. Thank you very much, Om Shanti, for the nice opportunity given to me for the second time. I enjoy it. It is a great honor for me. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद भ्राता श्रीनिवासन जी। भ्राता श्रीनिवासन जी ब्रह्मा कुमारीज की एक जो पहल है, ग्लोबल फोरम फॉर पब्लिक रिलेशन से गोल्डन ट्रायंगल अवार्ड के आप पहले प्राप्त करता हैं, तो इसलिए जोरदार तालियों से हम आपका सम्मान भी करते हैं। और विशेष आरएसएस द्वारा प्रदत्त डिजिटल पत्रकारिता के लिए आप पहले नारद पुरस्कार से भी पहले प्राप्त करता है। तो ऐसे भाई साहब को बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं भी हैं।